welcome to your Pilates session. This is a 45-minute session, a general Pilates class with me, Michelle. Hope you're well today. Good to have you with me. Let's just quickly run through equipment that you're going to need this morning for the class. You can either be totally barefoot, or maybe if it's a little bit chilly in your house, you might want to put some socks on. If you've got a yoga mat, have it out now for me, and we're going to have it long ways on today working. As always, you're going to need some water, and if you've got either a very small cushion, or if you don't have a small cushion, a towel that you can fold up and use for some support for some of the exercises, and that's all you need. We've got 45 minutes. We're going to begin with some mobility work today. So if I'm going to ask you just to come down onto the floor for me, and let's get started in our session. So let's begin getting a little bit warmer. So I hope you're well. We're going to you can face either direction that you want to here. So just pick a direction that works for you, that you can see me with what's going on without maybe craning your neck too much. And we're going to come down onto all fours this morning. So go ahead and get set up for me with your shoulders directly over your wrists. Your knees, if I can just show you front ways on, your knees are apart because your knees are going to be stacking underneath your hips for me. So let's push away from the floor here. Have a look down at your legs and just have a look back, making sure you can see between your knees. So you've got that gap there. Your toenails, as you can see, are going to be down on the floor. So we're not coming with the toes tucked under. We've got the feet flat down to the floor. Spreading the fingers. And we're going to get ourselves into a nice neutral spine position here. And we talk about neutral spine a lot during Pilates when we're practicing Pilates. And so if you're not sure how to get into a neutral spine position, I'll quickly just talk you into that now. So from our base position here, what I'm going to do is really begin to stick my bottom out and arch my back there. So as you can see, I've got a really big arch going on in my back, and that obviously is not a neutral, natural position. From there, I'm going to come all the way through as if we're coming into a cat stretch, rolling up here, and again, you can see here that I'm arching through my back. So we're going to keep my hips pressing down towards the floor, and I'm going to just gently rock and roll in between those two extreme positions until I come into a centered neutral position. And the more you practice Pilates, the quicker and the easier you'll find it to be able to get yourself into that position. Okay, so let's just begin here first of all. Pressing the hands away into the floor, we're going to begin with some mobilization for your back today. So take a really big breath in for me, inhaling through your nose. You're going to come to a cat stretch. So you're going to breathe wide and high, right up into the chest there. And then exhale, and we're going to push away into our cow pose. So you're pushing the tailbone back and away from you. Then inhale again, roll all the way through, tucking in the chin. And then exhale and press on through for me. Nice, let's do a couple more here. Inhale and roll all the way up. And then exhale and let everything release. Good. One more here, rolling through. Very nice. Exhale, release, and just stay there for me. We're going to tuck under our toes and lift our bottom high into the air. So we're coming into an inverted position. You'll know this position is downward facing dog. And this is a really nice release for not only the lower back here, but also lengthening the back of your legs. So just hold it right there for me. Pressing the heels of the hands down into the floor. And from here, we're just going to walk the legs. So bend one knee for me. And then shift the weight, pressing right and left through to the floor. So what we're not doing here is bouncing and moving the hips from side to side. We're keeping the hips nice and level, and we're just working on lengthening those legs. Good, let's do a couple more here. Very nice, and we've got one more. Good job. Okay, just hold it there for me, and then bring everything down. So we're back as we began. We're going to put those little moves together. So roll into a cat stretch for me, chin towards your chest. Exhale, press on through to that lovely cow pose, lifting the head up and forwards as you do that. Then tuck under your toes, lift the bottom, let the head drop between your shoulders, and then just walk your dog. We're going to do 4 walks. Take your time. And again, remember, you're keeping those hips nice and level for me. Good. Hold it right there. And then release. Come back down to the floor. Toenails release. Roll again. Chin towards your chest. Nice big cat stretch for me. Exhale. Press away strongly. Good. Tuck under the toes. Lift nice and high. Head drops between your shoulders. Good. And you're going to bend one leg. Release. Good. Let's do a couple more. And here's your last one. Very nice. Well done. Pop your knees down towards the floor for me. Well done. Release it. Just let your shoulders release. So we're going to begin today doing some work lying on our side. So if you have a towel or a cushion, you might want to grab that now. And again, lie whichever direction you want to. We are going to be working both sides. So just make sure that you can see what's going on. And we're going to lie here, resting on our side with the legs straight away from us. And this morning we're going to be resting the head just in the hand here. If this doesn't feel great for you, feel free to extend the arm and you can let the head release down on the top of that cushion or your towel there. So kind of work with what works for you comfort-wise. I'll show you both options here. So you're going to have your legs nice and long away from you. And again here we're going to get into that nice neutral spine position that we spoke about a moment ago. So again, the same rules apply here. You've got your hips stacking over each other. You're not sticking your bottom out away from you. And in a similar vein, we're not rolling forwards. So just making sure that you're nice and long across your mat. And I like to use the back edge of my mat as a guide so that I know that I'm lying nice and long. Okay, so I'm going to show you both options, either with the head resting on your cushion or your towel with the arm extended. And I'll also show you with that elbow bent as well. So let's begin by bringing the top arm on the floor in front of us. It's going to give you a little bit of support here. So we're going to begin by lifting our top leg. So you'll notice that we've got the feet stacked on top of one another here. And we're going to inhale and lift that leg away from the lower leg. Now I'm leaving my lower leg on the floor. And then I'm going to exhale, flexing my foot and bring that leg down. Good. Inhale, lift that leg up. Exhale, press and bring the leg down. Good. So you remember we did some side lying work in our last Pilates practice. Good. Let's rise again. Inhale. Exhale, bring that leg down. So you're squeezing down. And as you bring the leg down, you're bringing the heels together. So you'll notice I flex the foot and bring it down. Good. Let's do two more here. Lifting that leg high, flex the foot and bring it in. Nice work. Last one. Lift that leg high, flex the foot and bring it in. Just a quick note to make sure that you're making sure that leg is not lifting over high so that you're losing your form and you're rolling back. You're making sure that you're lifting that leg high enough, but you're still able to keep the support there and you're still not rolling backwards or forwards. Okay, this time we're going to lift that leg up. You're going to bend the leg, bring the toe onto the inside of the thigh, lengthen the leg, flex and pull it down. So you're going to start to feel this one beginning to work. Not only your core muscles are working here, but you're also going to be feeling the work going on in the outside of the legs, back of the legs, inner thighs as well. Let's try that move together. Inhale, lift the leg up. Point the toe, bring the toe to the inside of that thigh, lengthen the leg, flex the foot and pull it down. Amazing. Let's rise again. Making sure you're keeping those hips nice and level, lengthening the leg, flex the foot and pull it down. So again, nothing else is moving here. We're just lifting the leg, keeping that lovely neutral spine position and squeezing down against gravity. Good job. Rising again for me. Bend that leg. We lengthen, flexing the foot and pull it on down. Good job. How are we doing? Are we good? Bring that leg down, lengthen, flex and pull it down. Good. Can you start to feel those glutes engaging as well? Starting to feel the bottom doing some work. Well done. Lengthen the leg, flex the foot, and as you squeeze that leg down, I want you to really work against gravity there. So don't just allow the leg to flop down. Lengthen the leg, flex, and pull it down. Nice work. Let's do one more here. Lift all the way up. Bend the leg, lengthen, flex your foot, and pull it on down. Good work, well done. Okay, so we're going to leave the legs where they are for the next one, but you're going to bend your top leg for me. So I've drawn that leg slightly forwards, and I'm going to extend the legs. I'm going to press the heel towards the screen, release, and then I'm going to extend the leg back. Let's try that again. So you're going to lift the leg, pull it forwards bent, flex your foot, extend the leg, release the leg, and extend it back. Good work, well done. Let's do it again. Lift off, bend that leg, flex your foot, press towards me as if you're pushing something away from you. Good. Very nice. Let's go again. Lift up for me. We bend that leg strongly. Press all the way forwards. Good. Really working strongly through those glutes and through your legs. Very nice. Well done. Let's lift again. So I want you to find a little pace that you can stick with here. And if you feel you need to, you just take a breather and then you can join back in again. Good work. Lift that leg off. Bring it in for me. Push nice and long. Pull it in and lengthen. Good. Can you do me two more here? Lifting the leg. Squeeze it. Really feel that extension at the back of your legs. Good. And your last one coming up. Good job. Bring the leg in. Press strongly. Good work. And release. Nice. Hopefully you could start to feel your glutes just waking up there. Okay, before we roll over onto our other side, we're going to take this opportunity to roll onto our tummies. So we're going to give that area just a little bit of a break. So roll straight over onto your tummy for me. And for this exercise, you're going to be having your legs a little bit apart. So I've got my legs kind of framing my mat here. And you're going to bend your arms. And we're going to do some work, some mobility work and some strength work here. So we're going to mobilise the spine, but we're also going to do some strength work as well. So as you're lying down on the floor, you've got your arms bent, so they're almost like a goalpost. So your arms are bent at 90 degrees, and you're going to be lying flat down towards the floor. So make sure that you've got enough room around you here, because we're going to be working extending the arms as well. So use the entire length of your mat or your towel if you're lying on a towel. Leaving your arms bent just by your side. And again, let's make sure here that we're in that nice neutral position. So you should be able to feel on the floor your ribs, navel, pubic bone, hip bones all pushing down towards the floor. Now as you lengthen your legs, I want you to really squeeze your glutes as well for me. Inhale and slowly peel the chest away from the floor. Lifting up, but you're still able to feel your ribs on the floor. Exhale, release back down. Let's rise again. So as you lift off, squeeze your glutes as well. Let's engage that. And I want you to pull your shoulder blades down away from your ears so they slide into your back and slowly release down. Good. So this is just our little swan prep here. It's called a swan dive. Lengthening the legs away from you and releasing back down. Nice work. Inhale, pull up again for me. Good. And exhale, release back down. Amazing. Now this time you're going to lift up for me and you're going to lift off one leg. Then lift the other leg. We're doing 4 little kicks here. That's it. Then release the legs back down and slowly lower back down. Let's try that again. So pull up for me, and as you pull up, you're dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Stay there. Lift one leg for me. Then the other. 2 more. Well done. Let the legs float back down and slowly release. Amazing. Rise again for me. So squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Lift one leg. Good job. Let's do 2 more. And here's your last one. Release it back down. Very nice. Well, last one, and then we're going to move back over onto that side lying exercise. So again, you're pressing away from the floor, lifting off, you're peeling your chest. Lift one leg. Good. Well done, guys. Keep going. And slowly float the legs back down and release down. Good work. Push yourself up. And let's roll over so we're in a side lying position on the other side. So remember, you can choose either to have the arm extended or you can rest the head on the arm. So last time I worked with the arm extended. This time I'm going to show you how that looks with the hand resting just behind the head. So again, same theory applies here, that we're going to use our mat as our base so that we know that we're nice and long and in one long line. So again, either choose to extend the arm or come with me and rest your head in your hand. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Top arm just resting on the floor in front of you. Good. Make sure that your feet are stacking there, and then let's go ahead and lift that top leg off the floor. Inhale, lift that leg up, flex the foot, pull it back down. Good. Let's do it again. We float the leg up, flex the foot, and pull it back down. Nice work. Well done. Making sure that the only part of you that's moving is that leg that's lifted. So I want you to visualize that you've been wrapped in a concrete corset, so nothing else can move. And it's just that leg lifting. And what's happening here is, as well as working, obviously you're doing some work for your legs here and your glutes, but your core muscles are all engaging to make sure that you're stable and still. So remember, your core does not just come, it's not just at the front of your body, your core muscles wrap around your body entirely. So we're really bracing and working all of those muscles. And it's really important that we've got a strong core. Everything that we do comes from our core. So making sure that that's really strong is a fantastic thing to do. Do me one more here, and then we're going to add that little extension to the move that we did on the other side. Flex the foot, bring the leg down. Okay, let's stay here. Lift that leg up for me. Bend the leg in. It lengthens. We flex the foot and pull it down. Good. Inhale, floats up. Bend the leg. Lengthen, flex, and pull down. Now again here, make sure as you lift that leg that you're not rolling backwards. You're keeping those hips stacked on top of each other. So you're really making sure that base is strong. Good. Lift up for me. Draw the leg in. Nice and high. Flex. Pull it in. We've got 4 more here, guys. Keep it going for me. And you're going to start to feel those glutes, your legs beginning to fire up again. Good. 3 more to go. So again, play with the position of where you've got your arm resting. See what works better for you and what feels more comfortable as you're working. What gives you the best solid base to make sure that you're not coming out of that nice neutral position. Good. Okay, that's your last one. Release it down. Are you ready for that forward flexion work? So this is really going to work into the back of your legs. So you're going to feel this one quite strongly in your hamstrings. Lift the leg up. Bend the leg for me. Then push strongly. Extend the leg forwards. The leg bends. And we return the legs straight. Good. Bend the leg in. Very nice. Flex the foot. Push your foot right through the screen. Then bend. And press it on back. Good work. We pull it in. Can you also feel your glutes working? Yes, you're welcome, by the way. Push away. Just send me a thank you note for these. Bring it in. Push that leg out. Good work. bend and release. Nice. We're halfway through on these. Push the leg forwards. Imagine you're getting your footprint on the screen in front of you. Lift that leg. Lengthen. Nice. Pushing strongly. Good. How are we doing? Are you still with me? Amazing. Press forwards. Release. And push on back. Good. Here's your last one. Make it your best one you've done. Bring the leg in. Push strongly. Good. Leg comes in. And we lengthen. Nice. Did you feel that working outside of your leg, back of your leg and your bottom? Yes. Good. I'm pleased. And hopefully you found a position, whether that was lying with the arm extended or with the head resting on the hand. Hopefully you found one of those positions comfortable for you. Okay, let's move on to our next exercise. And for this exercise, we're going to be lying on our backs. So again, if you want to have your cushion or your towel and have it underneath your head, please feel free to do so. Gives you a little bit more of support and also helps with your alignment a little bit as well on the floor. So let's roll ourselves down. I'm just going to shift myself up here and then just adjust where your cushion is resting. Okay, it's nice to lie down, isn't it? Okay, so you've got your feet flat on the floor. Your knees are apart from each other, and that's because you've got your legs lining up from your hips. So you're not working with your legs together. They're as if you are just standing naturally with your legs resting under your hips there. So press the soles of the feet down into the floor, and you've got your hips lining up with your knees, and your knees in turn are lining up with that middle toe there for me. And if I was to look at you, your heel would also be lined up with your sit bones if I was looking at you from overhead. Now let's just talk about the upper body for a moment as we're here and talk about neutral spine again, because we've talked about neutral spine in all of the positions we've been in this morning, and this is no exception. So this is a really simple position to be in so that you can really conquer how that neutral spine feels. So I want you now for me just to pop your hands on your hips, and you're going to imagine that you've got some string on your pubic bone, and you're going to lift your pubic bone up towards the ceiling. And notice as you do that, that makes your back flatten to the mat entirely. Now obviously our spine has a natural curve to it, so this is not how we would naturally be standing. So hopefully you can kind of feel how that feels for you when you're drawing your pubic bone up. Now do exactly the reverse, and I want you to push your hips. If I push my hands on my hips here, I'm going to push my hips almost forwards. And hopefully you can see here that I've got a really big arch in my back. And again, that's not a natural position either. So taking the hands back on the hips, just rock and roll until you're in that neutral position. So your tummy is in, you're drawing your belly button down in towards your spine. And again, we're still breathing really wide. We call it breathing thoracically in Pilates. So we're breathing wide. We're not breathing in our belly, we're breathing wide. Shoulders are down away from the ears, and your head is just resting down on the floor. Okay, from here, all I'd like you to do is float one leg off the floor for me. So draw one leg in so that you've got your knee in line with your hip. Let's do the same on the other leg. So legs are bent at a right angle here. Arms are going to rest just by your side. Inhale, just tap one leg down, and exhale, bring the leg back up. Let's do the other leg. We float it down and bring the leg back up. Very nice, well done. So just working on a little bit of mobility here for you. And also, obviously, you're also challenging your core muscles. Good. Let's do this again. You've got 4 more. Tap down, lift that leg high. Well done. Tap it down and lift the leg high. Good work. 2 more here. And here's your last one. Okay, let's bring the fingertips just behind the ears. This time, as you tap down, you're going to come across diagonally. So tapping one leg down, you're going to reach the opposite hand across towards the knee. then come back to center. Come the other way. Tap across the inside of that leg, and then come back down to center. Nice. Lengthening across. Good. So we're starting and finishing with those legs in that tabletop position. Good. Let's lengthen again. Nice work. So from here we're going to progress into our position, which is called dead bug. So you're going to leave your legs where they are for me, and instead of having the hands resting behind the ears, we're going to float the arms back up. Now all I'd like you to do is take opposite arm and leg away from each other. So you're going to tap one overhead, release, good. That's it. Just extending. So you're leaving the arms in line with the shoulders and you're looking up towards the ceiling. Good. Well done. Let's do it again. Tapping on down. So as you're extending, you're taking opposite arm overhead. Nice. Keep it going for me. Good work. Now this time, can you leave both arms overhead for me? And you're going to take both arms overhead together. So you're going to tap one leg down, take both arms overhead. Come back to center. Good. Both arms overhead. Come back to center. Amazing. Tap it down. Bring the arms back up. Good. How are we doing? So this one feels a little bit more challenging again, because again we're taking off our center of balance here, adding the arms on. Nice. Inhale, lengthen. Good job. Release. Perfect. Let's do two more here. Whew. Good work. Here's your last one. Amazing. Just take a breather for a moment. Pop your legs down. Just release your shoulders. We're going to come back into that same position. So bringing the legs back in once you've had your breather. Leaving the arms overhead. Okay, all I'd like you to do this time is tap both legs down at the same time for me. So they're going to tap down and both legs lift back up. Good. Inhale, tap the toes down. Exhale, bring the legs back up. Now as you're executing this exercise, can you start to feel your lower abdominals just beginning to come into play? I hope you can. This is a strong exercise. Good. Let's keep tapping down and lifting high. Good work. So you're lengthening, reaching to the ceiling with your arms and just tapping your toes down. Nice. Well done. Try this. Both arms overhead. Lift off for me. Good. So you're lengthening and coming back to that neutral position. How are we doing? Are you breathing? Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Whew. Let's do two more, shall we? Good work. Here's your last one. And let's put those together. So we're going to do singles first of all. So take opposite arm overhead. Single. Lift up. Other arm overhead. Single. Lift up. Both feet tap down. Leave the arms there. One more here. Good. Now this time both feet tap down, both arms overhead. Two here. That's it. Lift again. Nice. You're there. Let's do it again. Opposite arm and leg. Overhead. Whew. Good. Tap both down. Pull it up. Nice work. Now arms overhead. Lengthen. Pull it in. Good. Can you do that sequence for me twice more through? So remember, we start off with alternating arm and leg, going nice and long. Choose a pace that works for you. Good, well done. Then leave both legs where they are, both arms overhead. Tap both legs down, draw them back to that neutral position. Good. Do that one more time. Amazing. Then add the arms as well. Lengthen overhead for me and then bring it back to center. Good. Do that once more. Amazing. Let's do the whole thing one more time. How are we doing? Are you okay? Lift and lengthen. Good. Very nice. Tap the toes. Both down. Are you managing to keep in that neutral spine? Yes, good. And then lengthen the arms. Tap away. Pull it in. One more. And release. Bring your knees in and just roll the legs around in one direction. Take a little breather and then you can change position. Good. Okay, so we're going to stay lying on our backs. For the next exercise, we're going to draw the legs together. So imagine that you've got some rope around your legs and you're tying your knees together. Arms are going to open out to the side for me, and we're going to leave the legs in that nice right angle that they've been resting in. Let's inhale and slowly drop the knees across towards one direction. Now I want you to stop when you get to a point where you start to feel the back shoulder lifting off. So as you start to feel the shoulder blade lifting, that's your cue to stop. Come all the way back to center. Good. Let's go the other way. So I'm dropping, 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 and now at this point I can start to feel my shoulder blade coming off, so I'm going to stop right there. Come back to center. Good. So this is really good for targeting. We're going to change sides. This is really good for targeting your obliques. So your obliques are the muscles that run at the side of your main abdominal cavity. Yes. Pull it back to center. Nice work. Dropping the legs, they're staying glued. Good. Let's do one more. Now you can stay with this. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge today, you're going to extend the legs and push them out. Then they bend and return back to center. Let's try the other way. So they drop across. You lengthen your legs. The legs bend and we come back to center. Nice work. Drop across. Extend for me. Bend and pull back in. Good. How are we doing? If it feels too much, lengthening the legs, you can either stay with bent legs or just do one leg. Release, come back to center. So the one leg would be the top leg that extends. Good. Let's do a couple more here. Drop across, legs extend, pull it in and release. One more. Very nice. Lengthen, bring it in and release. Good. Draw your knees in, just give yourself a hug. Roll the legs around, take a quick breather. Good work. And then let's go ahead and roll ourselves up. Relax your shoulders. Okay, we're going to come back into our belly position. So I'm going to turn and face this way, but you can face whichever way you want to. We're going to work now by also engaging a little bit more of our glutes as we do some mobilization work. So for this exercise, you might want to have your cushion or your towel underneath your head and have it resting there. I'm going to move mine to the side only so that I can project my voice to you, but please feel free to have that cushion or the towel underneath you on these exercises. So again, you're going to be lying down for me, resting on your tummy. Your legs are hanging away from you. Arms are resting just in that goalpost position, and you're going to pull your shoulder blades down away from the floor. Okay, let's begin just by making sure that we're in that neutral position again. So you've still got your hips, navel, ribs in contact with the floor. And then you're going to peel away from the floor for me. And you're going to open your arms nice and wide. So you're looking like you're making the letter T on the floor. Release and bring the hands back down. Inhale, lift off for me. Open the arms nice and wide. And slowly release back down. Good. Rise again. Squeeze the butt. Open wide. The arms pull in. and you slowly release. Nice work, do it again. Squeeze the butt. Open up, pull it all in, and release. Let's do one more here. Pull in for me. Open nice and wide, good. Pull it on back, and release. Okay, leave the upper body as it is, but can I ask you to bend your legs for me? That's it. And as you've bent your legs, I want you to bring your heels together. So you've got your feet, so your feet again are in that Charlie Chaplin position. And let's really begin to target our glutes here as well. So first of all, leave your legs just where they are. Leave those heels glued together. And all we're going to do here is peel away from the floor. Reach the arms overhead. Pull the arms back down and lower to the floor. Try that again. Lift off. Extend. Pull back and lower. Now leave the upper body down on the floor, and for the next one we're just going to lift the legs. So push, squeeze the glutes, lift the thighs off the floor and lower down. Good. So you're going to be looking down towards the floor for me. Pull the legs up and squeeze down. Now as you do that, can you feel your glutes engaging as you lift and pull back down? Good, well done. Rise again, lift off. Nice. And slowly release. And you're going to keep your head glued to the floor. I've got mine lifted just so I can project my voice to you. Lift off for me. Good. Let's do one more here. And if you can, next time we're going to lift chest off the floor as well. So we're going to lift the arms off the floor. Inhale, lift everything. Reach the arms. Pull back and lower down. Good. So you're really working here, top of the back as well, and your glutes. This is really strong work going on. Pull in, reach forwards, hands slide, and we lower back down. Nice. Pull it up again. Are you managing to keep your heels pulled together? As you pull back, you're pulling your shoulder blades into your back. Rise again. Reach forwards, pull back, and release. Amazing. One more. Lift off for me. Lengthen all the way. Pull it in and release. Good. Let your legs just go. Release there for me. Push yourself up. How are we doing? Are you okay? Okay, we're going to have another change of position. So we're going to be sitting down now. If you wanted to grab your towel or your cushion and pop it underneath you, please feel free to do so. So if you're happy to, you're just going to sit nice and tall for me. So you've got your legs bent. And again, I've got my legs apart here because they're hanging away from my hips. So let's stay right here. It's a really good way you can check your alignment as well as you're here. So you've got your feet flat to the floor, knees lining up with that middle toe, my heel is lining up with my sit bone, and I'm sitting nice and tall. Now I want you to pull your shoulder blades down away from your ears and let your shoulders drop away, so you've got lots of length right down the back of your neck. Let's inhale and float the arms forwards. Well done. Now, drawing the shoulder blades back and down, we're going to do some mobilization work to begin with. So first of all, I want you to open one arm, then come back to center. Open the other arm. Now, depending on how much flexibility and mobility you've got right through your shoulders will determine how much you can turn. And again, this is one of those kind of work in progress moves. So you might find that as you do more of this kind of exercise that you get a little bit more flexible. If you practice it regularly, you're going to see a lot more benefits. So it's one of those exercises that you might suddenly think, oh goodness me, a lot more flexible on one side than I am on the other. Open up, reach. Good, let's do it again. Nice. Now as I'm sitting on my cushion here, on my towel, that's given me a little bit more lift here. I've got a little bit more alignment going on through my hips as well. Open up nice and wide for me, and then pull the arms back in. Good. Let's try a little bow and arrow move. So you're going to put your palms down towards the floor. Inhale and pull one arm back for me, and then exhale and extend the arm forwards. Let's do that again on the other side. Pull back for me and lengthen forwards. Good, so your tummy is in. It feels as if you're pulling back on a bow and arrow. So you're drawing the elbow back, and as you do that, you're pulling the shoulder blade into your back. Good, well done. Let's do it again. Pull back for me. Amazing. 2 more here. Good. And here's your last one. So you're nice and long through your spine. Release and press it on down. Just let your arms release. Let your shoulders just release as well there. Let's float the arms forwards again, and we're going to add on to that move. So this time you're going to bring your hands together for me. You're going to twist towards one side. Come all the way through centre, and we'll twist the other side. So this is a really nice mobility exercise for your lower back here. Good, press to one side, keeping the feet pressing down into the floor. That's it, lift the chest nice and high, and press on down. Good, well done. Do it again. Twist to the side, and come back to centre. Let the shoulder blades drop down away. Good. Let's do it again. Nice work. Good. Here's your last one. Just a little twist. And come back to centre. Okay, just release your arms. Leave your legs where they are for me. And just reach your arms down your legs. Just take a forward fold. Let your head release. Let your shoulders dissolve. And just breathe. Amazing. Stay there for me. We're going to lengthen our legs. So take both legs away from you. You can stay sitting on your cushion or your towel. I want you to push your sit bones back and down away from you. Your feet are flexed and your legs are hanging away. Inhale and lift up through your spine. And I want you to draw your belly button into your spine and slowly just begin to fold down your legs. So you're relaxing your shoulders and you're looking forwards in between your legs. So we're not rolling in here, we're keeping a nice long spine. And hopefully you should feel that extension just behind the back of your legs. Stay right there for me. Good, just breathe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Amazing. Couple more breaths here. Nice work. And then just release. Release your shoulders. Have a seat to face me. Just sit with legs crossed. Or if that doesn't feel good, take one leg out or just get into a comfortable seated position. Let's release our lower backs. So your sit bones are pushing down into the floor. Bring one arm over the opposite thigh and bring the hand under the shoulder. Pressing off the floor. You're going to revolve and look over your shoulder for me. So you feel a really nice release in your lower back. Just breathe and stay right there. And then come all the way through centre. Bring yourself around to the other side. So push the hand down into the floor and again just revolve. Let your shoulders relax, look away. Good, stay there for me. And then come through to centre. Bringing one hand on the floor, lifting all the way up towards the ceiling. Just softly let that hand slide out to the side. Keeping the sit bones pressed. And then release and come back up through centre. Let's come the other way, lifting all the way up. And then just slide across. So you're reaching across to the opposite side. Good, well done. Release. Roll your shoulders back. Drop both knees to one direction. Let the legs be bent at 90 degrees. Bring the hand onto the floor and you're going to lift your bottom off the floor and slowly twist. You can take a big spiral twist here. So look away over your shoulder and just hold right there. Very nice. Then bring everything down. Leave the legs as they are and let the hands frame that front knee. Relax and just softly fold. Good, stay there. slowly unravel, rise and come the other way. Drop the knees away, hand under the shoulder, lift off the floor and take a really big spiral twist. Stay right there for me. Good, hold. And then release. Let the legs be bent, bottom comes down, hands are framing that front knee. Inhale, exhale, just release down. Good. Stay here, just breathe. And then slowly unravel. Sit yourself in a comfortable position. Release your shoulders. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Breathe deeply into your belly. And then release your shoulders. Let's take a big breath in, arms lift. Bring the arms wide, give yourself a hug. Roll your shoulders back, let your chin drop to your chest. Feel that release right down the back of your neck. Stay right there. And then release. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this Pilates practice and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.